Books. Hey, it's Sue in the restricted section. I decided to do a favorites video today because it's about, midway through the year and I've never done a favorites video before, so I thought this might be a good time to do it. And in my attempt to actually have good lighting has failed because there's a tree right outside my window that's just fucking everything up. So that didn't work out. Yeah, so these are just general favorites that I've been enjoying throughout this year. Some of them are favorites that are just always favorites, forever favorites, because like I said, I've never done a favorites video before, so I've never talked about these things. To start out, that I'd talk about some makeups, because I love the makeup. One of my favorite things, pretty much every time I wear eyeshadow, I wear this brand in combination with other brands as well, but this brand is pretty much always on my eyeballs, and that is Geek Chic Cosmetics. They make loose pigment eyeshadows, which some people don't like because they can be messy, but it doesn't bother me because the colors are so beautiful that it makes up for it. Also, I like loose pigments because you can use like a sticky base of some sort and really like pack all that glitter and stuff that's in there in them. And Geek Chic Cosmetics is really fun because they have themed, like geeky themed eyeshadow collections, and they have other products too, but I've tried a few of their other products and I wasn't that in love with their other stuff, but I do love their eyeshadows. I have, for instance, they have a collection called Super Neutrals, which are supernatural eyeshadows. So they have, like, this one's called King of Hell, so it's the color for Crowley. And then this one's called Morning Star, so it's the color for Lucifer. This one's the Trickster for Gabriel, etc. I also have the Timey-Wimey collection, which is based on Doctor Who and Torchwood. This is Untimely Love, which I think is based on the unrequited love between, what were their names? Two characters on Torchwood. I don't remember their names. It's been a long time since I watched Torchwood, but if you've seen it, you probably know who I'm talking about. This is the Lord of the Rings collection. This one's called Stormcrow. And then, they just have all kinds. This one, Please Stand By. I think that's for some video game that I don't... Fallout, maybe? I don't even know. I just like the colors, so I got it. I think they have one for the Hunger Games, the Avengers. I have the Avengers collection as well. There's video game ones, which I'm not into video games, so I don't know what those are, but... Anyway, you get the idea. They're just fun, and they're also all vegan and cruelty-free, which is fantastic, I think. Yeah, love, love, love their eyeshadows. And then another eyeshadow that I use on a daily basis is this shadow from Wet n Wild called Creme Brulee. Just a little nude matte skin tone shade, and I use it on my brow bone as a bit of a highlight. It doesn't really highlight that much because it is very close to the shade of my skin, but it also helps blend out your top line, and then you can kind of use it to like correct anything that's gone awry in your eyeshadow. So I love that. I wear it pretty much every day. Next, my very favorite eyeliner that I've been using all year, maybe longer than that, is this Jessie's Girl eyeliner. It's just black eyeliner, and it's got a brush tip, very fine brush tip, and it's very black, very opaque. Just one swipe and it's opaque. It's also pretty cheap. I think it's like $7 or $8 for one. Unfortunately for me, I have to order them online because nowhere in my town sells this that I know of. I know that some drugstores do carry it. I think Rite Aid does and some others, but we don't have Rite Aid here. So I usually kind of order them. I'll order like 2 or 3 at a time so that I only have to pay the shipping once. And it's still a lot cheaper than if you bought like the Kat Von D eyeliner. I have used that. It's been a really long time since I used it, but from what I can remember, this is as good, if not better, than the Kat Von D liner, in my opinion. So I'd rather pay less for this one. And again, cruelty-free. All the makeup I'm showing you is cruelty-free because that's all I buy. And then the last makeup products I want to talk about are liquid lipsticks. These are my 3 favorite brands that I've been using all year. First is Aromi or Aromi. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. It's Aromi. I really like these because they're not as drying as a lot of liquid lipsticks. They also don't quite have the staying power as a lot of them, but they wear nicely, if that makes sense. Like if you eat or something, it's not gonna look gross and shitty and you can easily reapply it. I have a few shades. The ones I have here with me are Red Dahlia, which is like a deep red, plum, sort of a purpley red color, and Desert Taupe, which is a taupey color. It's kind of got a bit of a purpliness to it too. I think their packaging is different now. As far as I know, I think their formula is still the same. I'm not sure, but I'll put links below to all these products where you can purchase them. Another one I've been loving is the Jeffree Star liquid lipsticks. I have a few shades of these as well. The ones I have with me are Celebrity Skin, which is a nude shade. And then this one's called Abused, which is a very dark, like navy blue color. The only thing I dislike about these is the smell. They kind of have a funky smell to them, but I mean, once you put it on and they dry down, you can't smell it anymore. This one especially, I haven't really worn this one a whole lot because it is, you know, kind of a weird color, so I don't wear it every day. But this one I wear a lot, and it stays really well. Like, I've eaten wearing this and it still looks good after I've eaten. It is, you know, it does dry down a little bit more solid, I guess you could say, than the Aromi ones. So it can be a little bit more drying on your lips, but it's not bad really. And then lastly, for the liquid lipsticks, I have these Makeup Monsters liquid lipsticks. Again, I have a few shades of these. This was the only one I could find right now because you'll know that I wear lipsticks frequently whenever they're not on my makeup desk, because that means they're like in a purse or a bag somewhere. But this one is the shade Josephine, which I really like. I was wearing it in my last book haul, I think, and it's a really light kind of taupey lavender purple color. I don't know. It kind of makes me look like a corpse and I like it. Yeah, but these are very, very similar, I think, to the Jeffree Star ones, but the formula's a little thicker and they're not quite as drying, I don't think. But I love all 3 of those brands. That's all with the makeup. But I do have one hair product, and that is the Batiste Dry Shampoo. Is specifically the cherry one. I really like it. I like the way it smells. Works great. Also helps give me volume because my hair is very thin and fine. So I very much enjoy it. Although I have been reading lately that apparently dry shampoos might make your hair fall out. I hope not. Okay, now for a few little accessories. I've been loving the 90s chokers. I mean, maybe I'm too old to be participating in this trend, but whatever, I don't give a fuck. I think they're really cool and cute. This one has a little daisy on it. Love it. Also, I'm loving these book necklaces that Megan made for me. She did a tutorial on how to make these, which I'll link below if you're interested. This one's The Owl and the Pussycat, which is what was my favorite book as a kid. She even made sure she got the cover from my childhood book, which was really sweet and really awesome. So I love it. I think it's just adorable. And that she made me a Count of Monte Cristo one too, which I'm not sure where it is right now because my life is a mess at the moment. Other than that, I love, this is my favorite ring that I wear 90% of the time, and it is my Doctor Who Bad Wolf ring. Just a simple little wrap ring. I love it. Another sort of clothing slash accessory thing, which I'm probably too old to be wearing, but I still love, are these kitty cat Mary Janes. Polka dot kitty cats. They have a little tail on the back. I just love them. I think they're cute. I wear them fairly often. You'd think they wouldn't go with a lot of things, but I make it work. Clothing wise, Charlotte Russe. Just their plus size clothing in general. I kind of forgot that they had plus size clothing, And then I remembered and I went there and I bought some jeans from there, which I absolutely love. They're super comfortable. They also have like cute trendy tops and dresses, and their prices are pretty affordable. Other than that, I don't know, clothing wise, I just wear weird shit all the time. This is a Lisa Frank shirt. So, alright, on to some less superficial things. Movies and TV from this year. Don't have a lot. I haven't been watching very much TV or movies at all this year, partly because since I started BookTube, I've been reading a lot more. Also, I've been watching a lot of BookTube myself, so watching TV and movies kind of hasn't been a priority. I could probably count on one hand the number of movies I've actually watched this entire year, and none of them were like anything fantastic, so I really don't have a favorite movie. I guess of the movies I've watched, my favorite would probably be maybe Winter's Bone or Ant-Man. Ant-Man was pretty good. Oh wait, I think I saw Captain America Winter Soldier this year, and that was really good. So that one probably. TV wise, I'm watching a lot of Bob's Burgers this year. Love Bob's Burgers, it's funny, makes me laugh. So my favorite books that I've read this year, I probably won't talk too much about these because I've already raved about this one, which is The Shock of the Fall by Nathan Filer. Megan and I have talked about this one a lot on our channel because we love it, so I'm not gonna go much into the plot or anything. I will say, for me, I think this book affected me more than it might some people because the main character has schizophrenia, and there's someone very close to me who has schizophrenia, and also his little brother who dies in an accident, which is not a spoiler, that's revealed in the synopsis, I think, or his big brother actually, not little brother, dies in a tragic accident when they were children, and his brother had Down syndrome, and there's also someone very close to me who has Down syndrome, so it just kind of like double whammy on the feels right there for me, and I was like broken inside while I was reading this. It made me sob uncontrollably, but I just loved everything about it. It was very simple writing, but very good, I thought. A couple that I actually just read last month. Last month I didn't read a lot of books, but I read really good books. One of them was One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest by Ken Kesey. It was just a great book. If you haven't read it already, then go read it because it was, again, just brilliantly written. And you know, there's a lot of sexism, there's some racism in it, but kind of a product of the time, I think, and it's just such a good book. Check it out. And then another one I read last month that I have to thank Erica and Sam and Amber for practically forcing me to read this was Holes by Louis Sachar. I should probably look up how to say his name because I don't know every time. Another kind of classic children's book this time, but yeah, somehow I missed out reading this and seeing the movie as a kid, so I didn't really know anything about it, and it was just a really great story. I had a lot of fun reading it. I gave it 5 stars. It was great. I'm trying to think if there are any other 5-star reads. I probably should have looked before this. I'm terribly unprepared, just like usual. I think I gave A Brief History of 7 Killings 5 stars by Marlon James, which I read at the beginning of the year. It's not a perfect book, I will say, but it just came together so beautifully and was really well written. So for me, it was 5 stars. Music, favorite music. This is gonna be the longest video in history. I apologize. I might cut some of that makeup out because that was a lot of makeup. This year, I've been listening to a lot of MC Chris. I love me some MC Chris. If you haven't heard of him, he's a nerd rapper. If you've ever seen, he did a lot of work on Adult Swim back in maybe early 2000s. If you ever saw the show C-Lab, or if you ever saw MC Pee Pants on Aqua Teen Hunger Force, character was voiced by MC Chris. But yeah, I think his songs are fun and clever, and they're about nerdy things, which is also fun. And I really like him. My boyfriend fucking hates him and hates when I listen to him, but Sorry about it. Let's see, lately I've been listening to a lot of Dissection, which is a black metal band, a little bit different than MC Chris. They were around in the 90s, I think. I'm not sure when their last album came out, but the lead singer actually committed suicide, I believe, so they will not be having any more albums out. My favorite song by them, which this is off one of their less popular albums, I think, or one that Metal Elitists, which is like most of my friends who are metalheads, aren't too into, but my favorite song is Mahakali. It's really great. I'll put a link to it, to a YouTube video or something for it down below. I think even if you're not into metal, you might enjoy that song because it's just a really good song. Other bands, there's a band called Seven Kingdoms that I've been listening to a lot of. They're sort of a power metal. I'm not sure what you'd classify them as. Power metal, maybe? I don't know. It's female fronted, which is great because I like power metal music, but I hate the men's voices sometimes when they sing because they get really screechy. So I'd prefer to hear a female sing power metal. I've also been listening to a lot of Peeping Tom lately. I love Mike Patton, he's a singer for Faith No More and Mr. Bungle and a few other bands, and he's just fantastic. I love his voice and I love his music, all of it. But lately I've been listening to Peeping Tom. It's a really great album. I think it's self-titled. It's a lot of collaborations with other musicians. There's like, I think Nora, oh shit, what's her name? Nora Jones? I can't remember. She's on there. Massive Attack, that's a band, right? I think they're on there. I don't know. It's mostly bands that I don't listen to, but the songs are really great. But I fucking love Mike Patton a lot. Like, he's my fave. And then I was going through my old records at my parents' house. And just as a disclaimer here, a lot of these are records that were left in the house when my parents moved in, which was when I was 1 year old. So 27 years ago, they moved into that house. So these records most of them are much older than that. But I found this record and it's the worst/best thing I've ever seen. And it's called, oh, I did the disclaimer by the way, just so you know that like my mom didn't buy this. This was not her record. At least I don't think so. This is called How to Keep Your Husband Happy by Debbie Drake. And look at the picture. There's her exercising and her husband dreaming about her. And it's just so terrible and hilarious. It says, look slim, keep trim, exercise along with Debbie Drake. And the back, there's like stuff on the back that's even worse. It says, checklist for keeping your husband happy. 1. Firm and graceful body. 2. Be at home when he arrives. If you must work, try to arrange it so you're home first. 3. Clothes, sexy for your evenings home. 4. Be interested in him and the things he does. 5. A good conversationalist. 6. A bright smile over morning coffee. This paints a good mental picture of you for all day. 7. Nice voice. Keep it soft and musical. Also a pretty laugh. 8. Excess fat is taboo. 9. Well-set hair, brushed and clean. 10. Mentally alert. Try reading, if you can. 11. It didn't say the last part. 11. Pin curls. If they are a must, pin up after the lights are out and wear a bed cap. 12. Perfume. Just for him when he's home. 13. A regular manicure. And 14. A weekly pedicure. Come on, this is the most sexist shit I've ever seen. This says, it is not enough just to be in love with a man. You must know how to express your love in many ways. Men need constant attention and affection. It is not enough to say I love you. You must constantly prove it in many ways, and one of the best ways to express your love is to keep your body beautiful. Oh my god, it's the worst. But also hilarious. Hilarious and very sad awful way. And there's a chart. I haven't listened to the actual record. The actual record is in here. It's an exercise record, which I didn't know was a thing. Yeah, it's terrible, but it made me laugh really hard when I saw it. And then I read the back of it and I was like, oh God. Oh God. Why did this exist? Why? But that's all my favorites. Sorry this was long as fuck. I might cut part of them out because I talked about way too much shit. But it's like 6 months of favorites, guys. 6 months of them. Yeah, but that's gonna be it for me today. Stay tuned for Megan's video, which will be up tomorrow. And thank you everyone for watching me ramble on and on and on. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. And there'll be links below where you can find myself and Megan, other places on social media, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!